What do you think joy is? There's a lot of, you can find these lists now of the happiest countries, the happiest places to live, cities, towns, whatever. And there's a happiness index. I've heard of lectures where you can, how to be happy. Happiness is an emotion and a feeling, and we know what it is. But above happiness and beyond happiness is something called joy. A deep-centered knowledge that there isn't just outward factors making us happy. It's not that the things around us are affecting us in a good way and emotionally we feel good. It's something that comes from within to out. Joy can be present in the worst moments. Happiness, very, very rarely, is going to be there in the worst moments. I've never been happy at a funeral. I've known joy in loss. What does it look like to be joyful in every circumstance? To have a deep sense within yourself that things are okay, and where does joy come from, and what does it mean? And people talk a lot about love, and we use the word love so often it's almost lost its meaning. But at the very epicenter of love is being known and knowing. Knowing someone intimately, and them knowing you, and knowing the worst and the best and everything in between of you, and nothing being hidden and nothing being lied about, and yet still being invited to continue to know one another. That's love. And that knowing, maybe, you can see it in physical relationships and, romantic relationships. And there's a knowing that comes from being physically intimate. But you can be physically intimate and not know each other. And you can be two platonic friends and know each other to an immensely deep level. And my joy, I think, is rooted in being known and knowing. I am known by a real and living God, and I am learning to know God. I am known by my wife, and I know her. I have friends with whom that knowledge of one another has history and depth and reality, and we've been through pain, and joy has been there, and we've been through a success and wonderful events, and joy has been there because we have that closeness. For me, joy is something that cannot exist in isolation. Joy comes from relationship, and I can still have that in lockdown. I can still have that in any circumstance. And I can have it just from me and Jesus. I can have it from me and Caroline. I can have it with me and my children as far as they'll let me. I can have it as with my friends as far as we built it. What brings you joy? How would you define joy? That's joy for me. But I'm really interested to know what you think.